EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martin here with your outlook for June 14th, 2021. It is Flag Day, and we will have a very interesting day today. We have some severe weather that was confined to far north central Pennsylvania yesterday, and today I think you're going to have a better shot at it and over two different waves. Okay, so there are two different distinct time periods where we will have potential for severe weather today. So it's kind of an interesting setup. Where we have low pressure out here on the lead of a trough. We're going to have a trough coming in behind this. So on the lead of this trough is a cold front. And this cold front will have a prefrontal trough first that could fire some storms later this afternoon, maybe early evening. And then when the cold front moves through overnight, there could be some severe weather that nocturnally, which is not a usual thing. But we have a setup here where the shear is very, very good. And we'll have some, at least in our southern areas where you have a lot of instability still hanging on ahead of that frontal boundary, some chances for a second round of severe weather today. So it comes in two phases. And compared to yesterday, wasn't really a fan of the SPC slight risk yesterday. And they only had a marginal risk for today. At the time this video is recorded, I expect that to be upgraded because it does look a little bit better to me this evening. So I kind of think they had that backwards a little bit. There really wasn't a lot of severe weather, just confined to a small area of north central Pennsylvania, right around Williamsport and over to between Williamsport State College, basically, somewhere in that area, in that vicinity. Had some severe weather last evening to deal with, and there was some large hail with it. You could have that again today, and damaging wind gusts will be the threat with that too. So let's break this down here and show what we're dealing with. Now, in the morning, you're still going to have some showers in our eastern areas across New Jersey, parts of Delaware, maybe extreme southeastern PA. Some showers will be around. This is starting off at 8 a.m. As I move this forward, this moves off the coast this morning, so you have this just taken out of the picture and off the coast after that point. So these areas here will have a lot of clouds yet. So I know we had a lot of clouds in a lot of places this weekend. Generally over in these areas right here of the eastern parts of our region, we had an easterly flow yesterday off the ocean too that kind of kept a lid on any severe activity yesterday. I don't think you're going to have too much of that problem today. We will have some clearing, at least down in these areas right here. We'll have toward the end of the day, we'll get some clearing, get that instability up a little bit, and the heating of the day will help to aid in that. So as we get into the afternoon, we're going to have two different features. One is a prefrontal trough, and the cold front sitting back here across western Pennsylvania. This prefrontal trough could spark some activity as we get into the late afternoon and evening and early evening hours, and then that goes away. The second part actually continues into northern New Jersey at one point, but here's the cold front, and this is the second part, and this is all looking at 10 p.m. tonight, so you have this coming through, but this holds together pretty well all the way to at least the Delaware River over by Philadelphia, and then exits around, cuts across central New Jersey here, and exits in the wee hours of the morning. The reason why this has potential to continue even at those crazy hours. This is 2 o'clock in the morning in this is near Philadelphia where the sounding is, where this is pulled from. And you still have a lot of instability, not at the surface, but as you go up to the mixed layer, which is a little bit more important in severe weather, you have a decent amount of instability still here in a very high shear environment. So these will keep going, okay? And this is something that can, in the sounding, that is indicating a damaging wind threat and also a large hail threat. With these storms here. I think once it congeals into a line, if it does in fact do that, it becomes more of a bowling line segments type deal, and you can get some thunderstorms here that carry some wind damage potential with that. So we're going to watch these areas, especially down here, for the second round. Earlier round, I think, is going to be further north, okay? And you're going to have this prefrontal trough moving through, and you can get some storms here late afternoon, early evening across northeast PA over to northern New Jersey. And you might have some stuff pop further south too, but that's where the prefrontal trough is. Second round is going to be overnight, and this is going to be a 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. deal, is what it's looking like, okay? So some of you will get that when you're sleeping and be rudely interrupted by these thunderstorms moving through. So just be aware that today that it's in two different phases, okay? And there is a possibility that one might not completely come to fruition for one area, and it might just be like northern areas are getting into the first one, southern areas into the second one. That's entirely possible. So we'll just see how that plays out as we move forward today. But once that moves away, I think Tuesday is going to be much improved day. Going to be partly cloudy skies across the region. We'll kick these clouds out of here. Again, most of the day is going to be cloudy for some of you, unless you get out in central PA, south central Pennsylvania, over to southeast PA. You'll get into that clearing a little bit quicker than the rest of us. Further north, and Tuesday you just have an isolated or stray shower or storm possibility here as that trough finally moves into the region. Once that settles in on Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to have mostly sunny skies. Temperatures are going to take a step back. Now, right now, we're expecting a spread today of 74 to 82. 82 is going to be like in our southwestern areas. They get a little more sun out by the Harrisburg area. Wouldn't be surprised actually if you go a little bit higher than this here in like the Harrisburg, New York areas, maybe Lancaster. You might get a little bit higher than that temperature today because you have a little bit more clearing indicated by the short range guidance. And where you have more clouds today, you're going to have 74 degrees for a high, and that would be parts of northeast PA and the higher elevations typically, parts of northern New Jersey as well, where you're a little bit closer to that marine flow there. So we have a 74 to 82 degree spread today. Again, Harrisburg might be able to get a little bit higher than that, but we have several rounds of thunderstorms that could come through at different times. Again, late afternoon, early evening, and then again overnight, 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. is the second round for areas farther south. And then tomorrow we have just that isolated or stray shower or thunderstorm in the forecast, 75 to 80. I think we're going to be on either side of 75 degrees once we get into Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, Wednesday especially. Probably either side of 75 degrees. Some will be in the lower 70s, a little further north. Maybe upper 70s further southeast. But I think once we get to Thursday, we add about 2 degrees to whatever you had on Wednesday. Both are mostly sunny days, though. Friday's going to be a partly cloudy day, and we're going to increase the humidity a little bit because we're going to turn the winds to the southwest. But we are still dry here on Friday, partly cloudy skies, and temperatures increasing once again since we have the southwesterly wind flow. Usually 80 or above we're dealing with by the time we get to Friday. So probably like an 80 to 85 degree range here on Friday. And Saturday we increase it even more because we have another cold front moving toward the region, and you have a southwesterly flow ahead of that. That's going to increase temperatures at least into the middle 80s here on Saturday. But again, later in the day here on Saturday, you could have some scattered showers and thunderstorms with this next frontal boundary moving through the region. And then we're expecting mostly sunny skies here on Sunday to round out the weekend, lowering humidity, but still very warm temperatures generally in the lower 80s at that point. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for June 14th, 2021. Have a great Monday.